Hi guys, I hope you're well. Here is another little quick activity video about anger, and today we are making our very own anger thermometer. So this is great for, well, for anyone really, but particularly kids. Loads of benefits. So not only is it a great way of communicating how angry we're feeling, it's also a great way of learning about our anger, how that presents at different levels, and as well what coping strategies we can use. So this is what we're aiming for. So this is a visual thermometer, different colours with different stages. The arrow can then move between these stages, and then on the left we're writing down what that anger looks like, and then on the right is what we can do when we're in these different stages. Fab, so let's get stuck in. So all you need for this one is just some card, and in the middle of that card I'm going to draw my thermometer. I'm going rogue and I'm not using a ruler. Oh, it's not too bad. Let me show you. There we go. So we're drawing a thermometer in the middle, and then I've divided it into 4 sections. And then you can either sort of maybe want to label these sections with a different sort of adjective, it's a different word to describe how you feel in that stage, or like in my example you might want to put a number. I'm going to go with giving them different names. So the bottom section would be calm, no anger. The next one might be feeling a bit annoyed. Then I'm going to go with irritated. And then the top one will go rage. So full on anger. And then what you can also do is to colour these different sections in. So I've gone for yellow for the bottom one, orange for the one in the middle, and then red for full on rage. But you can use whatever colour and whatever words you like, so whatever works for you, you do you. So like so. Then what I've got to do next is I've got these little velcro-y dots from Amazon, so I'm going to stick these on, one on each section. So then you can move the arrow between the sections. So like I say, great for kids who maybe struggle to communicate how they're feeling. They might, once you finish this, you might want to put it on like a bedroom door, and then they can move the arrow from one stage to another, depending on how they're feeling. So to make your arrow, here's one I made earlier. So all you're going to need is a small square of card. Now I've done the arrow pointing in both directions because it's going to be pointing at how that stage makes us feel, but also what we can do to cope, what we can do to manage that anger when we're in that stage. Then you put the other sticky bit on the back, and there we go, so it can move between these different stages. So let's leave them on calm for now. There we go. Then what we need to do is fill in both the different sides. So on the left, we'll give it a title of how I feel. And on the right, what I can do. Like so. Then I'm just going to split the different columns into the 4 stages as well. So like I say, this is a great way to also learn a bit more about your anger. So what does your anger look like at the different stages? Then the idea is if we can learn what it looks like in sort of the yellow, the orange stage, we can intervene with our coping strategies so that we avoid getting into this red stage. Because it's fine to get angry. Anger is a totally normal response to things. It is just sometimes how that anger is expressed that can be the problem. So let's start with the yellow phase. So how might we start to feel when we're just starting to get a little bit annoyed? So that might be sort of butterflies in the stomach, might get sweaty palms. And then to go with that, on the right hand side, things that we can do is maybe, things that we normally find calming. So to me, it might be something like listening to music, maybe doing some baking to distract myself, whatever works for you. Now moving into the orange phase, so we start to get a little bit more irritated now, getting a bit more angry. So we might have a bit of a headache at this stage. Maybe we're starting to pace, maybe we're clenching our fists. And I just want to point out that these are obviously examples, and you should write in what that stage means for you, how you react in that stage, and also what you would do to cope in that stage. These are just examples to sort of inspire you. So maybe from the orange stage, things I might do to cope, practice some mindfulness, or some breathing exercises. I might go for a walk. And then finally, let's look at that red stage. So this is the pure rage, anger stage. So this might be where we start to swear and shout. We can't concentrate on things. Maybe we start to cry. And then what can we do to manage in that stage is maybe that's where we need to have some time on our own. And leave the room, so getting out of the way, having our own space. There we go. So there is our anger thermometer. So again, like I said, we've got the different stages. So it's nice that it's sort of visual representation in terms of colour, and it being a thermometer, and we've given each stage a label. So you can vary that depending on what works best for you and how your brain works. And then obviously we've got how that makes us feel. So we're learning what that anger looks like at different stages, so that we can nip it in the bud when we're sort of in that yellow and orange phase. And then a nice reminder of how we also cope with that anger. And again, like I said, a nice movable arrow, so we can sort of, if we struggle to communicate how we're feeling, we can move the arrow and let other people know, I'm in this stage, this is how you can support me, and these are the signs to look out for. So I think this is a really, really just great activity, because there's just so many things that it communicates, and it lets us know on one bit of paper. Fab. I hope you found that useful. Please do like and share if you have, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.